On this episode of Performance TV, we see how Precision Turbo makes their oil right for your engine. We take a look at a few custom rides and show you a way to lift without all the work.
Welcome to this week's Performance TV. If you've been following along, then you know we have learned a whole lot about Precision Turbo and engine. And Harry, why oil?
Oil, Kathy, because people want to know what oil to run in their turbocharged high-performance applications. You know, in 1979, I had a Mustang that was turbocharged, and guess what? I could go buy oil.
Yeah, and there were actually a couple of manufacturers that offered it.
For turbocharged vehicles. Not today. Until now. This HPL oil, very good for the engine, very friendly for turbochargers.
So it's something for everyone and turbocharger friendly. I like that. And I've also liked taking the tour at Precision Turbo, so I know I'm going to like it here. So what do you say we get on out back and see how this stuff is made? Holy cow, this has got to be one of the cleanest buildings I have ever seen. And David, it's huge. How big is this building?
We're at 44,000 square feet, which is 1 acre under roof.
44,000 square feet. So that's why I'm noticing that all of your tanks, everything, it's inside.
Yes, absolutely. We keep everything inside to keep it clean, dry, and contamination free.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about any condensation, any of the tanks. I mean, with having everything here, because it's always going to be climate controlled. So all of your process is going to happen in here. Can you kind of take me through the steps?
Sure. So our base oils are stored in the large tanks in the corner. We take those materials, put them into our blend tanks. We'll add our base oils, our add pack, and all the chemistry that goes in and makes things happen. We'll put them together. We'll take samples and we'll clear them in the lab. When everything is clear in the lab, we'll drop into the tote containers.
With your blending units you have here, I see some, looks like they're on scales.
Yeah, we weigh everything. So weight is always absolute. So if you blend by volume, as the density of the material changes, so does your blend. So we blend by weight, and that makes it as precise as you can be.
So once you have started your blending process, everything has like a lot number?
Yes, it does. We keep track of everything by lot number start to finish. So right from the blend, when we create it, through the lab, and then all the way into the container. So if there's ever any question about what our product is, we can take that lot number and one phone call from there to 30 seconds, we'll have an answer.
So once we have the product blended and we get it dropped into the containers, you're going to take it around back, and what will be the next process?
After we finish the QC in the lab, we go to the bottling process. We get it put in the containers, get it in the box, get it on the shelf, ready for shipment.
Ready to go out. Now, you mentioned about every lot has a number, and you can follow that all the way through, and you do a lot with the lot numbers in the lab.
Yes, we do. Every machine in the lab gets tied to that batch number, and every result gets stuck in a database so we can retrieve it on demand.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next and all the testing. Well, we've worked our way into the wet side of the quality control lab, where we're catching up with David again. And David, there are a whole lot of machines in here doing a whole lot of things.
Yes, there are. We have everything that required in this facility to measure everything we want to look at in the motor oil. So everything from viscosity to rust testing to foam testing, which is very important for turbochargers.
Absolutely, and this is something that you do multiple times before a product goes out.
Absolutely. We'll look at the raw materials individually. We'll look at the final products once they're completed, and we have a database with everything, recording everything we do in the lab.
Okay, so are we doing like a water oil test, or what do we have going on here?
Could easily be confused with water, but this is actually the base oils that we start with. Most people don't realize that the synthetics are literally water white. They're actually food grade. You could drink them and it wouldn't hurt you.
So what you do then, and that would be like an additive pack that you guys put in?
Absolutely. This is the additive package that would go in the oil, and this is where the oil picks up the color. So a good dark oil is an indication that there's a lot of additive chemistry, which is really what does the work for you, not the base oil itself.
Okay, so once everything has been blended, you guys have run many tests in here in the wet side of the quality control lab. Then it moves over for more tests in the instrument room.
Absolutely. We have 2 spectrometers in the next room, and those machines allow us to look inside the product that we've just created to make sure that the performance is always there.
There looks like there's quite a few things that she's looking for within that. I mean, there's all kinds of different readings and everything. It's just amazing what we have learned about making high performance motor oil. And I am really impressed. Man, I'll tell you what, Harry, this facility is just absolutely mind-blowing. But I got to ask you something. What in the world drives you to do all this stuff?
The passion to support our customers. We've got the best customers in the world, and it doesn't matter if they're doing drag racing, motorcycles, aircraft, water sports.
Tractor pulling.
Exactly. Everything is all about someone's bucket list. They've got a goal to accomplish. We're going to give them a recipe to do it. We're going to exceed their expectations. We're going to make sure that they've been able to spend less and race more for whatever it is that they want to do.
Yeah, and set 256 world records in drag racing in the process, and that's just as of the end of December. Let me tell you something. Everything that you do is just absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for taking us on the tour and letting us get a little taste of what goes on behind the scenes. You know what? We have so much more coming up. We're going to get back to the garage here in just minutes on Performance TV.
This edition of Performance TV is being brought to you by Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. EvapoRust, super safe rust remover. IA Coatings, over 50 years of experience in the performance coating industry. And by Dustless Blasting, it's the future of surface preparation.
Welcome to this week's EvapoRust Tip of the Week. This week we're talking about EvapoRust and how you can use it to restore collectibles around the garage in your home.
I love going to flea markets and being able to outfit David's garage with great looking antique pieces. It is true. I love going around and finding old gas cans or oil cans, but a lot of times nowadays they're just rusty and don't look very good. So we use EvapoRust to de-rust them. These pieces we've actually pre-dipped and they look pretty nasty on the back side, but once we turn them over, you can see it's de-rusted and it looks great.
Here's another one. This is an old oil can. And you can see this side we dipped. You can even see the line on top of it now. And it doesn't matter how rusty they are. A lot of them, even if they're rusted completely through, once you de-rust them, whatever's underneath that rust, you get back. And you can see things as old as this old beer can, which I don't think you bought at a flea market.
No.
But anyway, once you de-rusted it, everything underneath there comes back. And now you've got an interesting piece. It's got a lot of patina on it. And it's something that other people are not going to have. You can use it on oil cans, any
License
kind of can,
plates.
license plates. A lot of the times you find signs, the good ones are already gone, and you find rusty ones. This is a way to get a sign that looks great, has patina, looks aged, but is not rusty.
If you have any other questions, just visit our website at evaporust.com.
Welcome back to Performance TV. There are a lot of aftermarket suppliers out there. Buy a product, put it on a shelf, and send it out to you. Scott from MRT Engineered Performance is not that way. He got to this a different way. How did you get to this?
My background's a little different than most in this industry. I started off at the OEM level, which is Ford Motor Company in my case. I spent nearly 20 years there in a variety of capacities, from engineering, development, manufacturing, validation, quality, and ended my career with the development of the Bullitt and the Mach 1 Special Edition Mustangs, which was quite exciting and a great stepping stone into the aftermarket and what MRT is about. We take our approach from the car building to everything that we do. So behind us we see a variety of exhaust systems that we have manufactured and following the same process. So we've had a car in the shop, we've fitted the exhaust system, we have made it manufacturable, we've validated that we can produce it, we test it on the vehicle, we do a sound signature review, which is we need to make sure that the sound of the exhaust system matches the car that we're developing it for. There's a right performance sound and a wrong performance sound for every car. And finally, we evaluate from a drone or a resonance perspective whether we have minimized all of the bad or the annoying sounds that can happen with aftermarket exhausts. We have a variety of systems here that we're showing off. We have the Subaru WRX system. This is a full system turbo back. So for the customer that really wants to sound tough and mean and growly and have the performance to back it, here's the system. On the styling side, we have front splitters like we've seen on the Mustang, rear window louvers, which is a neat product that you love or hate. Fortunately, a lot of people love it. This is, again, manufactured here in the United States, as is all of the MRT products. Anything that says MRT is made in the USA. This is made out of aircraft aluminum, powder-coated black, same powder coat that Ford, GM, Chrysler uses on their truck and their minivan exterior pieces. What's unique is that our system is hinged, so you can actually lift it to clean the back glass and restow it.
And you engineered this yourself?
We have in-house engineering. We have a design team that is brilliant at louvers. Jake actually goes back in time, back to the 60s when these things were being produced. So he's been around for a few minutes. He's forgotten more than most people know about it.
So not just exhaust, not just louvers, tons of products. To find out more about MRT, go to shopmrt.com. We've got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more MRT and back with more Performance TV in just a bit.
Performance TV coming from Borla Commerce Park.
On this Z-Max Micro Lubricant Minute, Tommy, we're going to explain how Z-Max Micro Lubricant technology is not like any other engine treatment, and it's not an additive.
That's right. What is micro lubrication? Well, it's simple. They put it right on their packaging. Imagine a ping pong ball and a BB. A BB is going to get in a lot of places that a ping pong ball won't because of the size. The molecules are 86 times smaller than your average motor oil. It's going to penetrate places where the motor oil can't get. It's going to keep that surface smooth, almost a wet feel. It's going to have smoother lubrication. It's going to make these parts last longer. It's going to make everything work smoother.
Oh my gosh, and Tommy, this is not something that's new. Z-Max has been around for decades, and they have something that works for all. If it's metal and it's moving parts, whether it's aviation, guns, all kinds of stuff, they have something to help.
It doesn't matter if your vehicle is diesel, gas. That is just the carrier for what Z-Max does. It uses the oil and the fuel as a carrier to get to the metal parts. It doesn't matter if it's your lawnmower. They've got something for it.
That's right. You know, your locomotive, your yacht, think big, think small, Z-Max can take care of it. And the technology is just absolutely amazing. And if you want to find out more about what Z-Max can do for your vehicle, all you have to do is hop on their website at zmax.com and hey, make sure to check out their rebate. Welcome back to Performance TV. A few shows ago, we had the opportunity to see the Lift King in action from Proline Tool and Supply. And LJ, thanks for joining us. How in the world were you able to just lift that truck bed right off?
Well, it's a pretty easy process. The Lift King was made, with Body Shop's concept behind it. So whenever you take the 6 box bolts out, you unplug the wiring harness. The Lift King hooks up very easy. You hook to the back of the tailgate hinge mounts. The front boom extends up under the box lip. And whenever you winch it off, it's just a very easy process.
Oh yeah, one tool, one operator, safe, fast, easy. It was absolutely awesome. Even lifts straight up so you can work underneath and have it vertical. But that's not the only thing that the Lift King does. And you guys have some other attachments. And what exactly do we have here?
Well, this is a semi-hood attachment. It's really a slick feature. Would you like to see a demonstration?
Absolutely. We have Rick over here, and this looks like it's going to work something pretty similar to what we saw with the pickup truck bed. And it looks like it's even protected here. So we've got we're not going to mess up the paint on the hood of the truck.
Absolutely.
You guys have thought of everything.
Yeah. A lot of paint jobs are very expensive on the trucks.
Oh, absolutely. And we see that, first of all, the grill was taken out to be able to get in here.
Yeah, he took the grill out. There's 2 ways to hook this up, but by taking the grill out, it's going to allow him to tilt the hood up a lot higher.
And right to start with, though, I mean, you guys at Proline Tool and Supply think of everything. It's sitting on a semi-hood dolly, or it was. It was.
Absolutely. We got a great semi-hood dolly. It's a lot of these high-volume shops, when they have a lift like that, they may be taking 4 or 5 truck hoods off at the same time. So when they pull a truck hood off, they can set it on the dolly, take the lift, go to the next truck, and utilize it again.
Yeah, and with not having to have all these different hands, all your different techs trying to come over to lift the hood off and everything, you're saving so much money in your shop too.
Absolutely. Plus, it's a huge safety factor. I mean, when you lift this type of stuff, you can easily injure your back or who knows what.
Yes, and or mess up the hood of the truck or whatever. And
Very
you wouldn't
expensive, yeah.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to do that. You guys are thinking of all different kinds of stuff to add to the Lift King, and not just the pickup truck beds and our semi hoods here, but you also have a door, something that you're working
Yeah,
on?
we have a really nice door attachment. You can use it for car doors, truck doors, even semi doors.
Man, you guys are just thinking of everything, and this is just the one tool. And something else that I know that a lot of folks have on their pickup truck beds would be the hood topper, and this is just the same attachment or a different attachment on the same tool.
Yes, absolutely. It hooks up very easily. The four corners of the, to the topper, and it's, you pull it up off the truck.
Man, just so many different uses, and it is so simple to use. So this is already attached. I mean, it just makes it so you can just lift this thing right up. Just one person, you can take it right back down and go ahead and attach it on the truck, because sometimes you want to be able to use your topper. Sometimes you've got big things you need to put inside. This would just be so great to have at home. And, we see it all spread out with the legs that are out on it and everything. What about storage on something like this?
Well, that's the great part. I mean, you can easily, a couple of pins, the thing folds up. It only takes 3 square feet of floor space. You push it in the corner. You hardly know it's there.
Hardly know it's there, and made in the USA.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear that. So many different uses for the Lift King, and they're coming up with new accessories and new attachments all the time. All you have to do, if you want to find out more, is hop on their website at ProLineToolSupply.com and check out all about the Lift King. We'll have so much more coming up next here on Performance TV.
This edition of Performance TV is being brought to you by C-Max, tested, trusted performance. Extreme Polymers, experience extreme performance. Dustless Blasting, it's the future of surface preparation. And by Diesel Conversion Specialists, power for the long haul.
Welcome back to Performance TV, where we are standing in the middle of lots of eye candy. Some eye candy that has been completely done by MRT, and some that, oh my goodness, Scott, we could do all kinds of stuff to this Camaro over here. Scott, we talk about the name being Mustang Racing Technologies, but we really want to get across to our audience that it's not just about the Mustangs. You guys are covering all kinds of stuff.
Exactly. 14 years ago when we started Mustang Racing Technologies, we really didn't have a full view of where the company was going to go and grow. So very quickly after we started the company, we shortened the name to MRT because our focus was to focus on the vehicles that the customers who like to individualize and modify their cars wanted to do. And that's where we want to meet them.
And that's what we're seeing a lot on the Mustang that we have here. Now, I love the hydrographics.
Thank you.
And there are so many different things that you can do and pieces and parts, and talk about being able to get individual.
Exactly. That is why we brought that technology in-house. The variety of combinations of color and graphics and applications, whether it's interior, underhood, exterior, it's endless. You really can be creative. You can come to us with an idea, and we can consult and work with you on how we can execute being unique and different. It's a fun technology.
We need fun and we need functionality. And with the struts that we have, that's something else that MRT offers.
Exactly. We're the originator of the no-drill hood strut. And simply, the hood strut is a very simple product that we adapt to the Mustang hood and fender. We reuse factory attachments. There's no modification to your car at all. We're not cutting, drilling holes, not doing anything. And it eliminates the prop rod. And you may think, what's the big deal about eliminating the prop rod?
No, that's actually
They're
is a big
always
deal.
in the way.
Yes, they are. Absolutely in the way. And most of the time when you're talking about customizing something, there's usually drilling and something involved.
Absolutely. That is the foundation that we carry through on all of our products. So whether it's the rear window louvers, the exhaust system, shift knobs, suspension components, chin spoilers, splitters, all of these are direct fit. They're intended for the do-it-yourselfer. Some of the applications get more involved, like putting a supercharger on your car. You may have the capabilities of doing it, your neighbor may not. They may want to take it to a shop that has that capability if they want to supercharge their car.
And you think about shopmrt.com and all of the great ideas that we can come up with. So we take some of the ideas that we see here on the Mustang, move over to the Camaro, and take this base Camaro and make it your own.
Exactly.
Give us some ideas of some of the things that we could do with products from your company.
The biggest product that we do on the Camaro is our exhaust system. In 2010, when the Camaro came back, it was beginning of the pony car wars, right? Mustang versus Camaro.
You got it.
And we wanted to jump on the marketplace with both the SS and the V6 or the RS version Camaro with an exhaust. We have a variety of exhausts for both of those applications. Whether your taste is absolutely obnoxious, loud, angry, you want to make every neighbor mad, I can help you do that.
Okay.
If you want to be a little bit more mature and responsible in your performance sound, we can deliver that.
Oh, wait a minute. I think being loud is pretty mature.
It is at certain times of life.
Okay.
Those of us who have been immature most of our life, we need to tone it down.
Oh, okay.
And all the way to the real refined performance. If your goal is to really get at, I want that deep muscular performance muscle car DNA that American vehicles produce, we can help focus on that. So we right size the sound to what it is that you are looking for. All of these systems are manufactured here at MRT.
Mustangs, Camaros, Corvettes, the list goes on and on. You guys actually have a pretty wide selection.
Absolutely. We have over 3,000 products that we either manufacture or we have brought to the market. And we are very selective as to what we bring to the market at our store. We've tested, we've validated, we've installed. We know what the experience is that you'll get. So in our consultative approach, we really want to know what your goal and objective is. And I want to match the right product to meet your goals.
I tell you what, do some exploring on their website, shopmrt.com. They even have exhaust for a Polaris Slingshot. But that's all the time we have this time around for Performance TV. We'll see you next week.